think the people sent us a clear message. Fighting for the sake of fighting, power for the sake of power, conflict for the sake of conflict gets us nowhere. That's always been my vision of our country, and I know it's many of yours. To restore the soul of this nation, to rebuild the backbone of America, America's middle class, and to unite the country. We've been sent here to finish the job, in my view.
President Biden's second State of the Union address and his first before a divided Congress is now in the books.
He called for unity last night, but judging from the Republican reaction to some of the speech, finding common ground could be easier said than done.
I'm not saying it's a majority of you. I don't even think it's even a significant, but it's being proposed by individuals. I'm not politely not naming them, but it's being proposed by some of you.
Just one of several remarkable moments from the 73-minute speech. The president, after being openly heckled by Republicans, engaged in a running dialogue with them on everything from Social Security and Medicare to the fentanyl crisis. The president also touting his accomplishments from his first 2 years in office and took credit for continued low unemployment and slowing inflation.
White House correspondent Haley Bull is live at the White House for us now. And Haley, bipartisanship, as we just mentioned, a key message the president tried to drive home last night. Tell us more.
Hey, good morning. Well, he called on Congress to, quote, finish the job, as you heard, and work together, as he shared a vision really built around economic growth and unity, and underscored progress in his administration in a speech really marked by a lot of familiarity. Now, while he called for bipartisanship, outlining where there has already been work across the aisle and an agenda where there could potentially be common ground on issues like cancer and veterans affairs, he drew stricter lines on things like abortion, efforts to repeal the Inflation Reduction Act, taxes for the wealthiest, and as you heard just moments ago there, over Social Security and Medicare. That moment, an interesting one, and one the president leaned into, saying they all agreed those items are off the table, Social Security and Medicare, which brought Republicans included to their feet. But he also called them out specifically over the debt limit in talking about his broader economic plan. Now, while multiple polls showed ahead of the State of the Union address that a significant number of Americans did not feel confident in the state of the country, the president sought to frame a more optimistic outlook on the country's progress, especially on the economy, where he pointed to markers like job growth and wages, pointed to the pandemic recovery and the impact of some of his landmark legislation, things like the Infrastructure Law and CHIPS Act. He underscored in this what he called a, quote, blue-collar blueprint, honing in on very, very specific issues, things like junk fees. While this did not focus as much on foreign policy this year, he did reaffirm support for Ukraine and talked about competition with China. Listen.
You know, we're often told that Democrats and Republicans can't work together. But over the past 2 years, we've proved the cynics and naysayers wrong. Yes, we disagreed plenty. And yes, there were times when Democrats went alone. But time and again, Democrats and Republicans came together to defend a stronger and safer Europe.
Now, despite that call for unity from the president, there was quick criticism from the Republican Party, the RNC calling it a polarizing agenda, the party's chairwoman calling the president the, quote, divider in chief. In the Republican response, Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders sought to contrast what she called common sense and, quote, crazy, saying she didn't believe much she heard from the president. Listen.
And the president's refusal to stand up to China, our most formidable adversary, is dangerous and unacceptable. President Biden is unwilling to defend our border, defend our skies, and defend our people. He is simply unfit to serve as commander-in-chief.
Big picture here, he sought to set the tone for this next year, but also his political future with 2024, no doubt, in the backdrop of all of this. Today, he heads to Wisconsin, tomorrow, Florida, as he and his administration kick off a cross-country tour to underscore the impact of his legislation and drive home the point to Americans how they will feel the impact at home. Lindsay?
All right, White House correspondent Haley Bull reporting. Thank you.